Life can be tough sometimes, can't it? I remember a time when I felt like I was walking through a thick fog. Every step felt heavy. Maybe you have felt this way too. It could be a small worry that grows bigger each day, or perhaps it is a big sudden problem that knocks you off your feet. These moments can make us feel very small and very alone. We wonder if the sun will ever shine brightly for us again. These storms are a part of life. No one gets a free pass from trouble. We see friends facing hard times. Sometimes the sky is blue and the birds are singing. Then without warning, dark clouds gather. It might be a sickness or losing someone you love. These are the storms that test us, that push us to our limits. They make us question many things we once thought were certain. When these storms hit, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. The waves of sadness or fear can feel like they are crashing over you. It's okay to feel these things. God understands. But even in the darkest storm, there is a truth we must hold on to. You are not meant to go through these things by yourself. When the world feels dark and full of shadows, where can we turn? There is a light. This light is God. He is the source of all hope. He is the one who can bring comfort to our hurting hearts. When you feel lost, He is the one who can show you the way. His love is like a warm blanket on a cold night. This isn't a hope that pretends problems don't exist. No, this hope looks trouble right in the eye and says, "My God is bigger. Our own strength can run out. But God's strength never runs out. It is always there." Think of it like a deep well that never goes dry. God offers us this amazing strength when we are facing our biggest fears. He doesn't just give us a little bit of help. He offers us His unending power to lean on. God's light shines brightest when our own world seems darkest. He doesn't stand far off, watching us struggle. He comes close. He whispers words of comfort. He wants to walk with us through the valley of shadows. This is a promise that can change everything when you are in pain. It's a promise of companionship. God does not play favorites. Even the smallest step towards Him can begin to push back the darkness that surrounds us. God has given us a special book filled with His words. This book is the Bible. It is like a collection of love letters from God to us. In its pages we find stories of His faithfulness. We discover promises that He has made. These promises are like anchors for our souls when the storms of life try to pull us away. Reading the Bible can bring peace to a troubled mind. It can give courage to a fearful heart. It is a source of wisdom and guidance. It reminds us that God is in control, even when things feel out of control for us. God has good plans for you. Even when you are suffering, even when you cannot see the way forward, He has a plan. This plan includes hope. This plan includes a future. Another comforting whisper from God comes from the Psalms. King David, who faced many troubles, wrote, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Isn't that wonderful? When your heart is breaking, God is not far away. He is close. He is right there with you. He sees your tears. He feels your pain. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah loved her garden. Every morning she would tend to her flowers with such care. Her roses were the most beautiful in the neighborhood. Then, a big storm came. Not a rainstorm, but a storm in her life. She lost someone very dear to her, her beloved husband. The world suddenly lost its color. Her garden, once a place of joy, became a reminder of her deep sadness. She felt so alone, so lost in her grief. Sarah had always believed in God, but her pain was so big. She cried many tears. She asked God many questions, but Sarah kept talking to God even when it was hard. Slowly, very slowly, something began to change. It wasn't that the pain disappeared completely, but Sarah started to feel a tiny spark of something else. She realized God was with her, even in her deepest sorrow. She found that caring for her garden again helped her to care for her own heart. Sarah's story shows us that even in the deepest loss, God's light can begin to shine. Section 5, More Than Conquerors, John's Battle and His Unseen Ally. Now think about John. John was a strong man, a builder, but then, he got sick. The doctors told him it was a serious illness. His body, once so reliable, felt weak and frail. He couldn't work. Fear tried to grip his heart. He worried about the future. John had grown up going to church, but his faith had been more of a Sunday habit. Now, facing this huge challenge, he found himself thinking more about God. He remembered a verse from the Bible, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." He started to pray, really pray, not just saying words, but pouring out his heart to God. As John prayed and read stories of God's power, his perspective began to shift. He realized he wasn't fighting this battle alone. God's presence became more real to him than his illness. He found strength not in his own weakening body, but in God's limitless power. John's story teaches us that God can give us the power to face even our biggest giants with courage and an unshakable spirit. Section 6. Holding on to heaven's hand, the simple power of prayer. So how can we find this strength and hope from God when we are suffering? One of the most important ways is through prayer. What is prayer? It's simply talking to God. It's like having a conversation with a loving Father who cares deeply about you. You don't need special words. You don't need to be in a special place. You can pray anywhere, anytime. God is always listening. He wants to hear from you. Sometimes when we are hurting a lot, it's hard to know what to say. The words just won't come. That's okay. God understands our hearts even better than we do. He sees our tears. He knows our pain. Even a simple sigh, a groan from a heavy heart, is a prayer that God hears. The Bible tells us that the Holy Spirit helps us in our weakness, interceding for us when we don't know how to pray. So don't worry about getting it perfect, just be honest with God. Prayer builds that connection. Section 7. Walking by faith, not by sight. Trusting God's unseen plan. Another important way to find strength in God is by trusting Him. Trusting God means believing in His goodness and His love, even when we don't understand what is happening in our lives. It means believing that He has a plan, even if we can't see it clearly. Sometimes life feels like walking in a very dark room. We can't see where we are going. Trusting God is like holding His hand in that dark room. We can't see the path, but we know He is leading us. It's normal to have questions and doubts when you are suffering. But faith is not about having no doubts. Faith is about choosing to trust God even when you have doubts. It's saying, God, I don't understand this, but I choose to believe you are good. This choice can be very powerful. Section 8. The anchor holds God's unfailing love and support. One of the most comforting truths we can hold on to is this: God's support for us never fails. He is constant, He is unchanging. People may let us down, circumstances may change in an instant. Our own feelings can go up and down like a roller coaster, but God remains the same. Yesterday, today, and forever, He is faithful. His promises are true. His love for you does not depend on how good you are or how strong you feel. He loves you because He is love. It's who He is. This unwavering love of God is like a mighty anchor for our souls. Imagine a ship in a terrible storm. The waves are crashing, the wind is howling, the ship is tossed about. But if the ship has a strong anchor that is holding firm deep beneath the water, it will not be swept away. God's love and His presence are that anchor for us. When the storms of life rage around us, when we feel like we are about to sink, His steady love holds us fast. It keeps us secure. It gives us stability when everything else feels shaky. Knowing that God's love is constant can bring such deep comfort. Section 9. You are not alone. Embracing hope, strength, and God's presence. We have walked together through these thoughts on suffering and hope. We know that life will bring its share of storms. Troubles will come, hearts will ache. This is a part of our human journey, but we have also seen that we are not meant to face these storms alone. There is a source of incredible strength. There is a light of unfailing hope. That source, that light, is God. He understands your pain, He sees your tears, and He offers you His hand. Remember, God is always with you. He is not a distant God who watches from afar. He is Emmanuel, which means God with us. He is with you in the joyful moments, and He is even closer in the painful ones. When you feel like you are walking through the deepest valley, He is right there beside you. His presence is a promise. His love is a comfort. His strength is available to you. You only need to reach out and take hold of it. He will never turn you away. So I want to encourage you today.